Buonasera, everyone. Welcome. Bienvenue. Good evening. Some Salaiki for those so inclined. Welcome. My name's Keenan. I'll be your host for this evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2021 inaugural Jungle Academy Awards night. Everyone's looking fantastic. Congratulations. Everyone, gentlemen, very, very handsome. Ladies, beautiful. Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. Sorry. Now, despite our celebrations this evening, WA's had a pretty shit run of it the last few weeks. Let's be honest, we've had COVID, we've had lockdown thanks to God Emperor McGowan. We might have another one by the end of the night, we're not sure. West Coast got flogged last week. I think it was what their equal worst score ever, was it, Goldie? Yes? Speaking of losing though, the Jungle Academy. So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate the accomplishments of the Jungle Academy over the last season. And those accomplishments being 0 wins, 9 straight losses. Congratulations. So, tonight, really what we're celebrating is a monument to mediocrity and ultimately failure. So, well done. But it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Comparatively in WA, Australia are actually doing pretty well. We're doing better than the US right now. New York, for example, they're having a terrible run of it. COVID's hit them harder than a plane hitting a building. So, I asked Kobe's permission for that one. Okay, so before we get into the formalities of tonight, we do have a bit of housekeeping. Toilets opposite the bar, ladies right there, men near the big TV. If you need to smoke, please go outside. Masks should be worn at all times unless you are eating, to be worn when you're dancing as well later on in the evening. If you haven't, please sign in at the fire hose, or please take a picture of the safe WA. What are they called? QR code, my God. Alright, too old for this shit. In an emergency, what do we do in an emergency? Yes, in case of emergency or fire, please make your way out through the door which you entered into the poorly lit car park where you will most likely be robbed. What else? Tonight, yes, we want to support the RSL, buy your drinks, support the club. It's a great place, they help the Jungle Academy out a lot, so we want to support them in turn. Lastly, if you've left any valuables in your car or if you've left it unlocked, it's probably too late, the car's been stolen and or set on fire. You can call it Bellevue if you want, we're not trying to do that. Yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the founder, owner, operator of Jungle Academy, Mohammed Al-Labinullah Pakistan, or otherwise known as Kobe Freeman.
So just to prepare for tonight, I had Keenan come nice and early and show me his speech, and he spent probably, 25 minutes changing the whole thing because he had a lot of impromptu things to say. So that was actually really good in comparison to what he had. Guys, look, first of all, thank you all for coming out tonight. I know myself, as well as a special of the team, we're really excited to get together tonight. Minus the win and loss record we had, we were very excited to celebrate the season we had and the time we had together. Keenan's already mentioned it, everyone looks really good. It's exciting to see these fellas, I see them every Sunday night, sweaty, up against, it sounds bad, I see them training every Sunday night. And I see them with their gym clothes, I see all that type of stuff, so to see you guys suiting up. It is really nice to see. Ladies, you always look great even when you're supporting us on the sideline. But fellas, good job today. Tied up with the turtleneck. That is very impressive. I've seen it before. Please hold up. Right, round of applause. He will still always be known as Kobe's brother. Anyway, so I want to give you guys a quick history lesson, I guess, on where we've come from through the Jungle Academy. I say we. It's been a bit of a solo mission in the respect of I'm very grateful for Lou to be by my side through the whole thing, or through most of it, even if it meant that I was chasing her and I was in the friend zone for the start of my business. I started in 2013, so it was 7, 8 years ago that I started Freeman Fitness. There's a few, not many familiar faces here who were with me back then. I was running 3 sessions a week, 15 clients. It was really good financially, it was really good for business, and it was a lot of fun. Never considered going into a gym. I didn't like the thought of just being in that type of environment. I know a couple of PTs who come from that environment. I didn't really like it. So I stayed in the park and I had a great time. I moved into going to uni where I studied primary education. Realised that wasn't for me very quickly. And then I moved into sports science, which for those who know I've been in for like 9 years trying to get done. I put PT on hold, I moved to Queensland, I got to play SBL basketball, which was an amazing experience. When I say play, I got about a minute for a couple of games as a development player, but nonetheless that was amazing. Came home, started running clinics with the likes of James Ennis, who plays in the NBA, Perth Wildcats, which was an awesome experience, a couple of NBL players, and I really grew. That passion for basketball started getting stronger and stronger. Spartans, 90% of the guys standing here ahead of me, boys and girls, either came from Spartans or at least watched the game, and that was not long after. Now, I picked PT back up and I started managing Jets, so that was a big call for me. Like I said, I didn't want to go into personal training in a gym. I didn't like the egos that are bought, but very quickly I learned that even just being a PT, I can make a bit of a difference in one gym, and then I was blessed to become a manager and continue making a change where we kind of eliminated those egos and created a safe place. And boom, we're here now, 7 years later. The next step for me was starting an academy team. For the boys here, can I get you guys to stand up, all the boys from this season? Wolf, stay seated. Played a season last week, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Can we please raise our glasses to these fellas? They took this idea, it wasn't cheap. We played a pretty good season. We played a good comp, and like I said, it wasn't cheap, and these guys took that idea and rolled with it. So cheers to last season. Thank you, boys. Take a seat, thanks, fellas. It's my time to shine. So the AUBA is a local comp that plays out. Willetton? Yeah, Willetton, right? Play in Willetton, play there every game. I try to forget it. Nine losses in a row makes you do that. It essentially is a competition that has a lot of very talented players versus a lot of professional players, as well as SPL. I'm going to keep making it sound like that 9 losses wasn't so bad throughout the night. But it was really exciting. We brought a bunch of A-grade players, social players, into a comp where we were the only team that didn't have a current SPL player, professional player. And we took it to them. There was at least 4 games where we came close, 4 games that we could have won, and it did come down to some of the decisions we made, some of the ways we played. But it is exciting to move into the next season knowing that we had a shot with 4 and we'll definitely have a shot with more games from there. The ladder doesn't reflect the season we had. Obviously, wins and losses didn't go great, but the development I saw from these boys was amazing. On the court, we've seen a lot of players shine. We've seen guys that didn't want to take a hit, all of a sudden becoming a dominant presence in the paint. Hurt his knee recently, and we haven't won a game in domestic comp since, so come back, that person. We've seen players, come into 1 game or 2 games as a young 17, 18-year-old, drop 25 points and be the leading scorer for our team in 1 game. There's been a lot of skill development, but on top of that, the personal development's been amazing. Seeing guys quite shy, you can't get a conversation out of them, then taking them to a Bucks night and showing them a good time. Marshall's request is that we get him drunk, so you're leaving your car here tonight, Tate. And then to a lot of guys who come in, like I said, shy and not being able to say a few words, and then we became quite a family by the end of it. That's something that we can't take for granted. The wins and losses are nice, but I know for myself, I feel like I'm definitely part of a big family, and even seeing you guys through scrimmages on Sundays, getting back to training, I'm excited to kind of hang out with my family again. So yeah, I do appreciate that. And like I said, that came from it. With the losses, put that aside. Moving forward, we've got a lot of things in place for next season. So, strategies obviously come into it. We've also added in a second team because a lot of guys, young fellas, didn't get to play because of the structure we have. We've now made a way that they can play every week at Mundaring. And so, On behalf of the team, I want to thank everybody who came down. Every face I see here, 90% of you guys came down to a game. Kathy, poor effort, I know you live in Brisbane, but a game would have been nice. And the support we had, some games we went 0-13. First game actually, we had a huge crowd down, we went 0-13 for the first like 5 minutes of the game. As soon as that first bucket was made by me, the crowd went crazy, and that was amazing. That was to show you support throughout the whole game. Even in the end, one of the last buckets were made, we were down by 30 points, whatever. You guys cheered the whole way through and through the whole season, loss after loss. And from the team, boys, we congratulate and thank these guys for coming up. Now, I know they haven't prepared it, and I did give them warning, but I'm going to invite Jermaine, who is our co-coach, and Jack up at the same time to just give a little speech. I'm sure a very quick one about the season we had.
Okay, hi everybody. For those that don't know me, I am Jermaine. If you do know me from the basketball club, you might not know me from Hoop Nation AUS, follow on Instagram. Okay, so I was a co-coach this season and also a player for the Jungle Academy. Just a couple of things I wanted to say off the bat. I do want to say thank you to Kobe for organising tonight. It's actually a huge step for us all socially to have events like this, to really show how much we're progressing, just as a community, as a family. Just want to have a big thank you for Kobe for organising. Also, I want to address the elephant in the room as well. I know we went 0 from 9 this season, and I think a lot of players can also attest to this, that if Kobe didn't have such a broken jumper, we would have maybe had a championship ring. I don't think about it too often, just every night or so. I don't hold grudges or anything either, but yeah. Okay. And I was told also to maybe roast a couple of guys while I do my speech, so I will do that. I'm a people's person, so I'll please you guys. One of the guys that Kobe mentioned before, one of the young guys who scored 25 points and was our leading scorer for the season, did a great job coming in and obviously scoring the ball. That is all he did. He didn't actually play defense that whole game. He just stayed on the ground. So there's an asterisk on those 25 points. Aaron, I know you mentioned you with your bum knee. I mean, you do get the praise because you stepped it up a lot this season. I mean, I've only been doing that for 2 seasons, but all good. Yeah. But no, as a whole, these guys, I was there from the pre-season and I was leading quite a lot of the training sessions, and it was clear that it was going to be quite a big step up for the guys. They all play social basketball. They've never really been in high-level competition before, but they actually handled it really, really well. I've obviously played at levels that are similar to what or higher, so it wasn't as much of an adjustment, but for these guys to actually step up and make each game competitive, like when I was there, it was actually a big plus for the season. So I do want to also thank you guys for being great teammates and also being as competitive as you can be against some really talented guys in WA. So congratulations, the Jungle Academy players. Thank you guys as well for all supporting the team throughout the season. I know the second half of the season must have been quite difficult to watch when I wasn't playing because I was injured, so I know that probably dragged on quite a bit, but thank you guys for persisting through that. And I just can't wait to run it back with you guys as well next year. I promise to also get myself back into better shape. I'll stop nursing my bad back and I will carry you guys some more and we'll get a few wins. But no, good job everybody, and I can't wait to run it back. Yep.
Sam, you're not 6'5", Let's pretend this is my height. Yep. first of all, Jermaine's roasts don't get accepted in 3 games. But let's be honest, I have nothing that prepared to say. I think I joined something. Yep. First of all, for some reason, these guys weirdly nominated me captain for the team. I was quite shocked that everyone was willing to put their egos aside, because we played a lot together, and these kind of things, something always happens, or there's little ups and downs and things like that. But every training session we had, everyone came, everyone was ready to work, everyone picked each other up and things like that. I should have gone first. It's just been a pleasure to be the captain of the team. Really, you know how it is. Like, just here. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone who came and supported our games and stuff like that. It actually does really make a difference, even if you guys don't see it. Hence the 0 wins. But yeah, just want to raise a toast for everyone, players and not players, everyone who supported TGA through the season. Thanks.
Alright, so you guys be glad to know that Jack honestly has decided to step down next season to focus on himself, so we won't have to endure a speech like that again. It was great, considering I didn't give these guys much notice. I would now like to invite Lena to discuss the Most Improved Award.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm pretty famous around here, but my name's Wayne, and I was part of our leadership team where I attended the majority of the trainings and the games that these guys played. And tonight I'll be announcing the Most Improved Player Award. So, our players, spectators and our leadership team and the coaches all had the opportunity to vote, and every single one of them voted for this person. The MIP award reflects the grind and hard work of an individual on and off the court who also shows great improvements. This could have been physical, mental or skill-based improvements. This player has been chosen as the most improved player due to their continuous effort on and off the court every week, because they were at almost every training session, which certainly reflected in their game. In saying that, your 2020/2021 Jungle Academy Most Improved Player is Aaron Haji Ali.
So I just want to, first thank you, but reiterate what the guys said. Big thanks for everyone that supported us, came down, watched all our games. It meant a lot, even though we didn't quite get the wins that you guys would have liked. But yeah, it was a great season, and it means a lot to be up here, because I know a lot of the guys put in a lot of work, and everyone improved like a whole lot individually and as a team. So So yeah, to be the one to get this, it means a lot. So I appreciate it.
Alright, so now that we've gone over the first 3 hours of Toby speaking, we're going to press on, we're going to take a bit of a break, eat, drink, we're going to put some music on, have a good time. We'll meet you back here at about 58:15. What time is it? Yeah, it died this morning, but it still looks good with the outfit. We're going to give it 20 minutes, eat, drink, have a good time, guys. We'll see you back here soon. Cheers. Now, not everyone knows this. Here's a bit of trivia for you. In 1961, the phrase chocoholic was created because there was a mass import of chocolate and people all of a sudden became addicted to it. In 1991, they created the phrase cockaholic for Bobby Freeman. Our next presenter is Lillian Harrison to present the award for Teammate of the Year. Welcome, Lillian.
Tough act to follow. Hi everyone, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Anyone doesn't know me, my name is Lillian. I'm Kobe's partner and his right-hand man. I guess you could say I have the biggest workload out of all of us because after every basketball game, whether it goes right or wrong, I have the pleasure of listening to him retell me every single moment of the game that I just watched. Coates has great timing and is forever waking me up just as I'm about to fall asleep to tell me his next business venture or ideas he's had to come up about how to help our community. So I don't get much sleep. It's beautiful the way he always wears his heart on his sleeve, and I'm sure that everyone here can attest to it. And of course, tonight I have the honour of announcing the 2020-2021 TJA Teammate of the Year Award. This award is also voted for by players, spectators, the leadership team and coaches, and it's voted on to consider the player's ability to think about the team in all decisions, be involved on and off the court, help and support teammates, and being an important part of our family. Some of the ways that this Teammate of the Year has been described: he is always ready to listen and advise on matters both on and off the court. He is such an encouraging person who isn't afraid to use his voice to tell you what you are doing well and what you need to improve on. He is such a leader on the team. His commitment to coming to every game, even when he's injured, always encouraging others and giving useful feedback to help other players improve their skills and knowledge of the game is very much appreciated. He's embodied team spirit at both games and training. The one and only team captain was motivational and encouraging and always there when needed. Your 2020-2021 Teammate of the Year is Jack Nicklaus.
Are you doing another speech, Kobe? What's that? Is he doing another speech?
So just make this real quick. Thanks to my teammates for awarding me this. Just without them, I couldn't be a real good teammate. So thanks.
Sorry, Bobby, I love you, sorry. You're an easy target, I just had to go there, sorry. So just a couple of notices. This is the last intermission for the night. And then we have, oh shit, what awards? There's like 5 more pages. Alright, so a couple of things before we hit intermission. There's actually going to be an after party once we move out from here. I'm not sure. Is that Dylan's place? I'm not sure. I'm told it's going to be like authentic Midland tradition that is climbing up on some rental, like the roof of some rental, and throwing rocks and broken roof tiles at pedestrians and police as they pass by. So that's going to be the after party. Looking forward to that. Another bit of trivia. Not everyone knows this. In 2010, Kobe was actually voted Midland's sexiest man. Great for Kobe, bit of a kick in the teeth for Midland, but... Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another break, another 20 minutes or so. Again, eat, drink. The bar has actually told us discounted drinks for the rest of the night. Stock up, go to town, enjoy the food. It's there to be eaten, you can't go home. Have a great night, we'll see you back in about 20 minutes. Cheers. That she won, is it the most improved? Most improved 3 years ago, and still hasn't received her award, her trophy. That is the type of management we're dealing with here at the Joker Academy, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to great things from this man. Who else we got to pick on tonight? Lane, look magnificent. Thank you for wearing something. Those 2 napkins. Lane's partner, what was his name? Zane? Lane and Zane? Yeah. Seriously? Lane and Zane? Hey, that's a lot of hair for a man. Last time I saw that much hair, I was coming out of my girlfriend's own. Right, never mind. I'm going to hand back over to Kobe to Morris. You need the
Please.
Look, it takes a true man to admit his mistakes, and I'm so sorry about Keenan for tonight. In regards to that award, Matty, I honestly forgot, like, that was in the bottom of my gym bag. It's probably in that gym bag still. So I'm going to look for that tonight, please remind me. Alright, we get to the serious part of the night, the JRO MVP. Now, this award has been split up, I guess, 3 times. So you've got the MVP itself, you've got Zane still ordering from the bar, even though we gave him a warning. We've got the JR MVP, we've got the runner-up, and we've got the 3rd place. So tonight we're going to name, I guess, our top 3 players, not in regards to skill, but in regards to the value of the team, and I'll explain that a bit further. The award itself is quite special, so for those who saw the post, it is named after a late friend of mine, Jason. So who is Jason? Jason touched many lives in Queensland, and somebody I personally leaned on during my time playing over there. Spent about 8 months there. Jason was part of the management and coaching staff. Always made sure that our jerseys were laid out nicely every single game. He did a lot of the grimy work, the washing of the jerseys, the stuff that I guess none of us want to do, but he did it with a smile on his face and never questioned anybody about it. More than this, he was the leader on the back end of the bench. So I know I've made jokes about it, but while I was over there, I wasn't a superstar I am for your team today. I did play on the back end of the bench. I think the most game time I got was 8 minutes. And a lot of that 8 minutes, my coach told me to make sure someone else fouled out. And they did foul out. I had to call him princess and beautiful in a tuggy shirt. And then I did a lot of things that I probably shouldn't do. Got him kicked out of the game pretty quickly. Back to Jason. So the leadership he had on the back end of the bench was, while we were there, for anyone who's been there, some of the players in our team, maybe not on necessarily the back end of the bench, we have reasonably even minutes, but maybe you don't get the minutes you feel you deserve. When you're in that spot, it's hard to get confidence. When you make a mistake and you get put back on the bench, it's hard to keep going. Jason was that manager on the end of the bench, encouraging you, hyping you up. You made a mistake, he told you to keep going. His famous words were "giddy up," and it's words that I guess I'll never forget, and it's words that we use a lot. Jason was a very humble and respectful man, no matter who was in the room, whether you were the star import who came in from America or you were the scrawny little Perth boy who got no minutes. He gave you the respect you deserved. You had his love and attention no matter what. Tonight it made sense to name the award after him for the impact he had on my life, and I know we're not from Queensland, we're not in Queensland, but the amount of work that man did, he deserved to have something like this named after him. Whoever takes home MVP, the runner-up, the 3rd place, needs to understand how proud they should be to represent such a man. You'll be representing a man who was a humble team player, who works hard on and off the court to better themselves, as a player and a member of the community. An MVP isn't defined as somebody who scores the most points or is the most athletic player. It is someone who brings the most value to the team. This can be with talent, but it's also a lot with hard work, leadership, selflessness, and humility. I would like to thank Jai and Deb for giving permission to name this award after him. It's a very small honour for a very great man. If we can all raise our toast to Jason. I know he's looking up on us today. Here's to Jason. I honestly was concerned. We play a game called Buffalo, so if you're drinking with your right hand, and I see you and I call Buffalo, you've got to scull your drink, so keep it in your left hand. I would like to bring Lisa up to announce the 3 MVP getters. Big round of applause.
Hello everyone, my name's Lisa McLaughlin and I'm the manager of this wonderful team, but more importantly, their family. I have the absolute pleasure of announcing the JRO MVPs for this season. First up, we've got 3rd place for our JRO Most Valuable Player. This player was voted for by his teammates because they believe that his leadership and basketball IQ immensely helped with the overall team performance. This player is also known to hit some threes when desperately needed and isn't afraid to use his voice and advice to project onto other players. In saying that, your 3rd place JRO MVP is awarded to Kobe Freeman.
Alright. First of all, I know this was very weird. I want to make it known that I didn't get to see the awards, so this is obviously a very pleasant surprise. And I do want to thank, obviously, the teammates, the spectators, everyone who did vote. This season was exceptionally hard. I didn't have, and I know some of the comments the players said was talking about hitting threes in desperate points. I didn't have a very good shooting season. I know I tried to work on other areas of my game to keep up, so I do appreciate you guys for recognising that. And obviously it does mean a lot to get this award, so thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, next is our 2nd place JRO Most Valuable Player. It was 1 point between 2nd and 3rd. This player was chosen because he showed up when it mattered most. This player is very flexible and where he can play, where he can play, and can play any role exceptionally. He was always very vocal and pushed the team not only on the court but in training sessions as well. He's described by his teammates as a great team player and could make a big impact on either end of the court. Your 2nd place JRO MVP is Jack McLaughlin. No, you're not making.
No, I am. Thanks. No, I'm looking. Gotta make this real quick, 3rd time's charm. Just real quick, thanks to all my teammates for pushing me, especially Dylan Snedden. I just want to give a quick thanks to Mum. I haven't truly thanked her for all of the years that she's put into like my basketball, my friends' basketball, everything like that. You know, she's always been there at every game, and you know, will scream out and let you know if you're not rebounding and stuff like that. Yeah, so just a quick hand for Mum.
So finally, we have our JRO Most Valuable Player Award. This player is described by his teammates to be the perfect MVP. He's selfless, yet talented. Very athletic. He's an absolute weapon on the court. Whether it be rebounding, defending, or making inside buckets. He's a very consistent player and gave it 100% in training and in games. This player isn't afraid to take a massive hit to the team, and believe me, he took plenty of those. Without further ado, your JRO Most Valuable Player for 20/21 is awarded to Aaron.
I didn't think I was going to have to recycle my speeches. Yeah, again, just a big thanks for everyone. It means a lot, especially knowing what, as Kobe said, what the award stands for, what it means to both Kobe and the club. Cool. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Zoe for, I didn't mention it last time, but driving me home after every game, beaten up, because I don't feel like driving, it means a lot. Thank you.
Alright, I'll make it quick. I know you guys have heard enough from me tonight. That's why I didn't MC, because I will be up here the whole time and drive you guys crazy. I'm just going to check the notes and make sure that is everything. I just want to make a quick note to the other two guys who took out the MVP. Very quick. Jack, I'm so glad that I guess you were rewarded. I know for everyone who has played basketball, maybe played any sport, it's very easy for guys like Jack and even Aaron to go kind of under the radar in terms of league MVPs. Usually the top scorer gets it, or the guy who's kind of doing the flashy stuff. And these guys, although they can do flashy stuff at times, they do all the hard work. Jack's making all the right passes. Aaron's putting his body on the line every single game for us. So it does, I'm very glad like I said, I didn't get to know who was winning these awards, and I'm stoked to know that the guys who kind of did that stuff, sometimes under the radar, were recognised. So what we're going to quickly do is, if I can ask everyone to raise a glass to all the award winners tonight, to the team, to the spectators. Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing ride, and we're just going to keep growing and growing. So big cheers. Cheers. Anyone drinking out of the right hand? Buffalo. Scarlett. On that note, sorry, very quickly, actually, we've got just quick presents to give out. There's 3 people in particular who have done some great things for us over the season. If I could invite Lane and Lisa up first. So you've seen them come out and speak, you heard from them, this is all volunteer. My business is a business, it's not a not-for-profit. Even though this team was run as a not-for-profit, these guys donated their time every weekend. So I've just got you a little something to say thank you. I had no idea what to buy. I think flowers are a bit of a waste because they die, but you guys can grow these or kill them. Big round of applause for them. So Jack made a really good point, and Lane falls into this category as well, coming to every single game. Maybe they miss 1 or 2 a season if they're lucky, but they're there every game, yelling out, screaming. Lisa coaches us half the time, recording games, everything. And tonight, Lisa set up that spread that you're all enjoying. Again, all off her own time. She went and she got the stuff for me, and she set it up. So another big round of applause for both of them. You know what's crazy? I scheduled this to finish at 9:05, so I know it's dragged on, but we're actually 10 minutes ahead, so I've got 10 minutes of speaking to do. But I'll wrap it up quick. There's one more gift there. Eric, you're trying to hide over there, but I do want to give a gift to Eric if you can come to the front and stop hiding. So Eric does a lot of photos and volunteer work for not just myself, but everyone in the basketball community. He donates his time every single weekend from the second he wakes up. He comes to our clinics, he has 2 energy drinks, sometimes 3 in his hand, and he can actually do 3 events on the way. This man gives a lot of his time to the basketball community, so it's a very small token of thank you. So if you have to come to the front there, it's something small. Thank you again, man. I appreciate it. Sorry for the Bunnings vouchers. Everything can be bought at Bunnings. That was my fault. That's it. That is the end of tonight. One last round of applause. He did a really good job, cringy at times, but thank you, Keenan, for emceeing. If you didn't know, Keenan was only asked a night ago, or a night or 2 ago. So this was very last minute. Those jokes were on the fly, and he did a great job. Clive at the back. Thank you guys, and Lisa, big round of applause for them. He said, I think 3 shots or something for the team later. Thanks for that. But that is it for tonight. Keenan's working behind me. We're going to do dancing straight up. So the lights will go off, I think, Clive. I do expect you all to be on the dance floor and dancing the night away, alright?
Before we end, everyone, I think it needs to be said, the reason we're all here, the reason we've all come together is because of this man here, through Jungle Academy or otherwise, and obviously, and of course, his better half, Lillian Harris, and these two are going to do great things with their lives together. So thank you both, and thank you for tonight.
Alright, that's it, we're done. We'll pretend the music on.